Okay, Jim Millington, I see you're wearing a Boston Athletic Association 2013 t-shirt. What's that all about?
Well, I was in Boston this year for the marathon. It's the third time I've been there for it, and went there to run the race. Yeah.
Really? So how did your life change on that day? What happened? Take me through the sequence of events for you.
Well, it was a beautiful morning. We went out to the start, ran the race. I got to the 25-mile mark, and I noticed the runners were stopping, and so we came to a stop, and I went over to the sidelines and talked to some girls there, and they said there was an explosion at the finish line.
And when you heard explosion, did you think just accidental explosion, or did...
I did at first, but I phoned a friend of mine who was at the finish line waiting for me, and as soon as I talked to him, I kind of got the impression that it was maybe a terrorist act or something.
Really? And so, what were you thinking? What went through your head right that moment? Just get out of there as quickly as possible? How were the authorities?
No, there was a lot of people trying to get cell phones. I had an iPhone with me, so a lot of people were borrowing my phone, trying to call people. So I loaned my phone to about 4 or 5 people. And then I thought, well, how am I going to get back to Newton? I was staying in Newton, which is about 6 miles back down the course, so I started walking back towards Newton.
Yeah. Let's go through some of the mechanics. You're living in Newton, so how did you get there? The roads must have been jammed, the air and corridors were blocked.
Well, the T-line was closed down, the transit was closed. Yeah, I couldn't get a taxi, so I just thought, well, I'd have to walk back. But then they closed the whole course down, and they kicked us off of Commonwealth Avenue, and we had to go on other streets because they were afraid there was bombs down the rest of the course.
And so how long did it take you to get actually back to your hotel?
I got back, I was staying in bed and breakfast. I got back there about 6:30 that night. Stopped running probably about 3 o'clock or
so you're saying you walked there?
I walked halfway back, and then my friend was trying to pick me up with his car, but the roads were closed, so I actually got a ride back, finally got a ride back. Yeah. 2 young fellows gave me a ride back.
Now I see that you're not running today. Is there a reason for that, or anything
well,
to do with
I just did a race 3 weeks ago, so I'm recovering.
Yeah, okay, well, in more ways than one. Did you see any carnage there when you
No,
were...
I didn't. I was actually, there was still a couple of turns I had to go. I was on Commonwealth, you turn on to Harrisford and then up onto Boylston Street to the finish line, so I was about a half mile from the finish.
Will you go next year?
Definitely, if I can get back. I think they're probably going to invite us back next year, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'd go back for sure. My heart goes out to everybody in Boston.
At this marathon here today, have they done anything to acknowledge that?
They had a moment's silence at the start apparently today, I heard, yeah.